Warning, this channel is intended for mature audiences and should not be viewed by children. If you have heart problems, are easily triggered or offended by opinions that are contrary to your own, then you should probably go and consult a doctor before going and consuming this content. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh, and if you're the FCC watching this and you think just because I have a cartoon avatar that my content's for kids, well, you're dead fucking wrong, because I say fuck and other forms of profanity, and clearly that is not suitable for young impressionable minds. Just trying to cover my bases here. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube and you haven't subscribed to me on BitChute, you should probably do that. You never know, I might magically disappear from YouTube for, I don't know, reasons. Oh, and if you're watching this on BitChute, sup. Welcome back, Pixel Nation. I bet you're wondering who the fleshy meat sack is on the screen instead of this guy here. Well, to make a already lame story short, this is something I've been contemplating on doing for quite some time. I bought the camera back in December and I just finally decided to pull the trigger on it. And I get that some people aren't going to like the new format, and I'm pretty sure I'll get the occasional comment, "Yo, the 90s called, they want their goatee back." Yeah, I've heard it before. So I saw this tweet floating around on Twitter today talking about how Star Wars confirms that Palpatine was a clone in Rise of Skywalker, and my response is, who gives a fuck? Because clearly I don't. The novelization of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker finally reveals the truth about how Palpatine survived. He was a clone all along. Now, this is a pretty important piece of information about the character, and you think that they would have had it in the movie, but no, they didn't. It's in the fucking book, and no one's gonna read it. Most of the movie-going audience is not gonna read this. The novelization of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker confirms Palpatine was a clone. The Disney era of Star Wars has frequently used novelizations to tie up loose ends from the films themselves. Now, I don't have a problem using comic books and novels to go and extend your canon. I mean, after all, that's what George Lucas did with the original EU stuff. But to go and use it to fix plot holes is really kind of lazy storytelling. And it's kind of stealing from the J.J. Abrams school of how to create movies and, have required reading, which is a bad idea. I mean, that's what he did with 2009 Star Trek. There was a comic book series called Countdown that kind of explained everything that was going on in the universe that led up to that movie. And that's what they're trying to do here. And it's lazy, and it kind of comes off as a cash grab. Although the novelization isn't officially on sale until March 17th. So this sounds like a bit of a marketing tactic to me. So the book isn't out and they're trying to draw up hype by going and letting people know that it explains how Palpatine was alive. Lucasfilm Publishing decided to sell advanced copies at this weekend's C2E2 in Chicago, and passages have begun to appear online. Coincidence? I think not. The book does indeed confirm that the Emperor's spirit has been transferred into a clone body. Where have I heard this before? Dark Empire, anyone? Seriously. They decanonize all this crap and they just go and cannibalize it. When Kylo Ren arrives on Exegol, he encounters Palpatine. He looks closely at the machinery the Emperor is physically attached to and recognizes it from his studies of the Clone Wars. He then deduces Palpatine's dark side spirit is too strong for the clone body and is causing serious degeneration to it. And this plot point was directly lifted from Dark Empire. What happened was, after the destruction of the second Death Star, Palpatine goes and possesses a clone body. And the issue is that these bodies degenerate because he's so strong with the dark side. Luke goes and destroys all the clone bodies with the exception of one, which is defective and it degenerates quicker than the others. And he has this plan to go and possess the son of Han and Leia. It doesn't work out very well. Anyway, this closely mirrors what happened in Rise of Skywalker, where he wants to go and possess Rey's body, which again is directly stolen from Dark Empire. Now, this article comes from Bounding into Comics, and it's written by John F. Trent, and it kind of goes and recaps what I basically just said. In the extended universe, Sidious survived the Battle of Endor. He would use an ancient Force technique to transfer his spirit into a clone body, one of many stored in the deep core world of Biss. However, the bodies would rapidly age due to the ravages of the dark side. Now, the nice thing is I don't have to go and dig up this comic on Comixology because it actually has a panel from the issue I'm referring to. And it just goes to show you that Disney is out of fucking ideas because all they did is go and decanonize the EU so they can go and rob from it. And let's not forget that Kathleen Kennedy basically said that there was no pre-existing material to build a franchise off of. Again, coming from bounding into comics. Every one of these movies is a particularly hard nut to crack. There's no source material. Are you fucking high? We don't have any comic books. Do trade paperbacks count? We don't have any 800-page novels. Sadly, this is the only Star Wars novel I actually own. I get it. I'm fucking lame. We don't have anything other than passionate storytellers who get together and talk about what the next iteration might be. The EU. They had the fucking EU. So retarded. Now, there was one factoid that I was not aware of, and that's that George Lucas actually loved Dark Empire. And I find this rather surprising because this is the guy that hated the extended universe. And he considered it to be a sequel trilogy to his original films. On top of that, he gave it as a Christmas present to all of his employees. So, what are your thoughts, folks? Do you care that Palpatine was a clone all along? Because I can tell you I sure as fuck don't. And I know that this new format may come off as a bit of a surprise. I did do a face reveal on Gary's channel, Nerdrotic, where I went and kind of explained all this. I was intending on doing an announcement video last week, but I had technical difficulties, and as you know, that never happens around here. Anyway, folks, let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will catch you next time. If you enjoyed this video, go and hit that like button. And if you didn't, well, thanks for watching anyway. Make sure to subscribe for more of my crappy content and shitty opinions. Bash that bell for notifications. I don't know if it works, but it makes me feel better to tell you to do it. Kappa is just around the corner, so make sure to go and follow me on BitChute, just in case my channel magically disappears at the beginning of the year. I even have a PO box in case you want to send me fan mail. Previously, there was a bit of an issue with it, but mail is now being delivered. I also want to give a huge shout out to those who support me on Subscribestar. You guys are awesome. Special recognition goes out to EHuntington for supporting me on the I'm a sucker with a lot of dough tier, as well as checks notes. Toxic Man Flu for supporting me on the Take My Money Damn It tier. All those tier names were rather glib, and quite frankly, I didn't anticipate anyone actually signing up for them. But I do appreciate your support. So, thank you very much.